Alright, welcome to the stream. I'm gonna first begin by saying I've got 3 new DLCs, as the title of the video would suggest to us. And these are pretty good ones, if I'm completely honest. I've got 3 to try out today. Those being Main Spessart Barn, Long Island Railroad and Great Western Express. And because I'm really familiar with Great Western Express, the other 2 are really new to me personally. I did play Great Western Express on the original Train Sim World, but obviously things with my account and all that sort of put a dampener on things because I couldn't get Great Western Express up until now. I purchased Train Sim World 2020 on this account to make sure that I got it, and I'll invite people at the stream in a moment. To the stream, sorry. Find it difficult to speak sometimes. So, with this, basically me buying these DLCs, it was actually from the help of a friend that I was able to get them so soon. I would have gotten them eventually, but it's because of that friend that I say thank you, because that means I can stream tonight as opposed to after not Great Western, Southeastern High Speed comes along. So this is exciting, because certainly there are some trains in this that you've never seen before, and I'll be using those in upcoming videos as well. So that's excellent. That's brilliant. I'll start inviting people to the stream right now. Sorry for the wait. We had about a 2-minute wait on this. So I'm gonna start by doing Long Island Railroad with the tutorial, because I don't have much experience with the locomotive that's included with that. So yeah, I'll begin by grabbing the stream link, because basically we need that. And there is good news. I do know how to drive the Great Western trains very, very well. Surprisingly, the one for Main Spessart Barn is actually quite excellent. I'm saying one because there's 2 trains that are pretty much identical, I think. But I don't know if they perform differently or slightly differently. It seems that they might, because one is for freight duties and the other is for passenger duties. So maybe those will be different. I don't know for 100% sure, and I don't want to give you any wrong information. If you want to look those up, please do on the Train Sim World wiki, which is what I use to find most information that I need for this game. And yeah, I'll begin very soon, don't worry about that. Sharing the link around is one of the things I have to do every single time. Hello, welcome Danny. I've got 3 new DLCs to try out today, so some new stuff to show you all. The M7 introduction, what's this one? Ah, those are just extra stuff, okay. Gonna learn how to drive the M7, which is an electric train, on Long Island Railroad, which is in New York, of all places. I will then drive something from Main Spessart Barn somewhere, don't know where yet, and then finally I'll do both the GWE trains that are new to you. You've seen the Class 66 before. So yeah, all is well. And I do know, hello, you typed it twice, I know you're here. Is my microphone coming through? Can you actually hear me? I don't know. You should be able to hear me. Let me just look at my settings. Audio sharing settings. Well, I think you should be able to hear me.
Welcome to this M7 electric multiple unit in Long Island Railroad livery. During this brief introduction, we will go through the startup, stopping, and passenger door operations. A lot of time will be spent in the engineer's seat.
Why does it keep repeating?
To get started.
That's really strange. Is it supposed to do that? I don't know. Right. Oh well, I have to be over here then.
The master key is used to activate the control desk.
Oh, is it?
The reverser determines the direction of travel.
Don't tell me it's gonna keep repeating.
This unit has a combined throttle brake handle, which needs to be set before beginning the startup procedure.
Oh good, it's broken. Hold on, it's broken. It's bloody broken, isn't it? Yeah, it's broken, it's broken, it's broken, it's broken. Oh. Hang on, I'm gonna fix it somehow. I'll stop streaming and then I'll go again. Oh, is it working now? I don't know. Sorry, grabbing some food. Okay. If it keeps repeating itself on the thing, then I don't know what's wrong with it, but it's max brake. Yeah, which way is it?
Before powering up the unit, the brakes need to be charged to a safe level.
Oh, do they? So which one is it? Oh, there.
Lights are important to let others around know that this unit is active.
No problem. Grabbing some food, bright.
To unlock the doors, a key must be inserted into the corresponding door control panel.
This
and
is
then
what I was
set to
afraid
doors
of.
comms.
Right, yeah, okay. That's silly. Okay. Remove the key. Oh. So I have to do that every single time.
Increase the master controller to start moving. Be careful not to apply too much power too quickly. Otherwise, you might damage the couplings or upset the passengers.
And so what if I upset the passengers? Does that really matter? They can't complain. Reach a speed of 25 miles an hour. Turn it up. How fast are we actually accelerating? Is it just that the chat's
Coasting
broken?
is a method used to...
Because I may...
We will be stopping at Country Life Press a little further
Can
up
I
the
make
line
it stop
and
doing
performing
that?
another passenger loading procedure.
Oh, will we? That's nice. Okay. Why have you given me a red signal? Oh, because it's up ahead. Welcome back. I might try and take off the chat from the PS4 because it seems to like to repeat itself for some strange reason. Although it doesn't really matter, I'm getting every one of your messages from the...
We're on our final approach to Country Life Press and need to start applying a small amount of brake force to perform a comfortable stop.
I don't really like doing comfortable stops. I don't like applying a small amount. I feel like I'm going to miss every time. It's a very weird sounding horn. Don't know what it sounds like from the outside, but... But finally, an American train that doesn't have a frigging bell on it. Thank God for that. Oh wow.
Good work. Like before, open the doors to allow passenger boarding to commence.
Oh, it's here. Right. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna have to keep getting used to that. So I'm gonna be using this often. I'm gonna need to get used to the fact that I have to press a key in, turn a switch, and then press a button on either side. Wow. For some reason that seems incredibly weird to me. That seems like over-engineering something that doesn't need to be over-engineered. Why is there not a button on the dashboard like every other train that's in the game? Oh, we're done. Good. It's off. Take the key out. Oh.
Now, take what you've learned and put it into practice. Complete the next stop at Garden City on your own.
Lovely. Well, if there is a bell, I can't hear it. Oh yeah, this is what we've been driving this whole time. I don't like the high pitch. Alright, I suppose that's fine. I mean, at least it's another passenger train I can use. It'll make things more interesting. Ah. ATC is on. And I do not understand the ATC. So will it force me to stop if I'm speeding? I do not know. I hope it doesn't, because I am going over 15 miles an hour. But the speed limit isn't currently 15 anyway. I really shouldn't care. Okay. Unlock the doors. Alright. So I have to do that every single time. The second person there, which will probably be pretty handy.
Good work. That's the basics covered. A manual can also be obtained that provides more detail about the full functionality of this train.
Yeah, that's available online. Not actually in the game. It's important to remember. That wasn't too painful. I do fancy trying putting it through its paces in a proper environment. Alright. Next up I'll guess I will go for the one from Main Spessart Barn, because I drove that earlier on and it's quite something. And I wasn't expecting it either. Then again, I wasn't expecting you to have to put a key in a stupid wall thing to open the door on the train, so... It's full of surprises. If it wants to load, that is. It's taken quite a while. If the game gets stuck or crashes, I don't know what to do. Oh. No, I don't. I'm not doing this one. Back out of the main menu. Well, how are you today, Danny? If you're there. Let's do... Good. Excellent. Do this one. Just to see what it's like. Oh, it's not got the... Yeah, there we go. I'll drive the GWE trains later on, but I want to show this thing off. Because it is quite something. At least on its own. Oh. Eh, whatever, I'll drive it on this route. Oh dear, I forgot to share the link with someone. Oh dear, oh dear. Feel quite stupid now. They said they were coming and I didn't remember to send them an invite to the thingy, right, okay. So here's what we're driving. This tiny little thing. So where is the headlights? There should be some here. Yep. I think it's ready to go. No. Headlights. Cab lights. Turn those off because I don't really need them. Brake. Passenger lights, door locking. Ah, there we go, right. Hope this is actually go on its own, right. The speed! Just from this one little thing. That's incredibly quick. You know, we've only just left and we're already up to... ...106 is as fast as it goes, I think. Wow. It does bounce around a lot in here. But I don't think that matters. Also, I don't think I'm on the fast line. Unless maybe I am. But I was astounded when I first got on this thing. And the brakes are very good as well. I'll take it up again. Wow. I don't get how it can go that quickly. I really don't know. And why aren't we using them? Well, there's lots of other things in here, but I don't think they particularly matter. Realistically speaking. What does that do? Passenger doors? Well, we don't have any. Do not get why this thing can go so quickly, but it can, and I'm pretty blown away by that. Let's see how fast I can do this in, because this isn't blistering speed. This isn't the fastest you could ever go in the game, but it is decently fast. Considering it's just a tiny little thing, and within, I don't know, a few seconds, we're up to 107 miles an hour. I don't know how that's possible. I don't get why we're not using these anymore. They do have a lot of power behind them. I imagine it's because in Germany it's very mountainous and you'd need something with a lot of power behind it, but I'm just flying along here like it's nobody's business. And the brakes are... that's full braking. That's pretty good, all things considered. If you need to stop in a hurry. That's it making noise, it's not actually... Hello, welcome Hope, I'm currently driving something amazingly and blisteringly fast. And I didn't expect it either. Welcome though, still. Just watch it. I don't even need to speak for it, right. Just watch this thing go, it's amazing. Walk factor 9. I don't get how we're going. Just wow. I don't know how. Okay. Only annoying thing is it makes a noise, but I don't think that really matters. It's very, very fast. It's not the fastest we can go, but still, in just a tiny little electric, whatever this thing is, that's pretty fast. I'm considering just using this, just to see how fast I can do some of the routes in the game. It's kind of a personal challenge, because I could go along this track a lot quicker than it wants me to. I do believe I'm in the slow lane, the slow line, out of Reading towards London Paddington, but still, this is pretty quick. I am speeding like mad, but I'm not really too bothered about that. Right, time to show off the other trains. There's a freight version of it, I'm not sure whether that one is the same, but I'll find out. So that was the one... Oh, was that the 145 or the 185? Which one was it? So I did this one. 140. Is that 142? 14 something. But is it exactly the same as the 18 something? Where's that one? What would be crazy is if one was more powerful than the other. One 185.2. 146, 185, right. This is apparently the freight version. Can it come on its own? It can't. Oh well, never mind. I mean, dude, that's the one that pulls freight along, and I thought maybe that one was even more powerful, that I can't get it to a point where it comes without freight unless I detach it, but I don't know whether it'll like me doing that. Oh well. So I'll try the M7 on another track. Don't know which one. Probably one that I made for Tees Valley, honestly, because we don't really play this one very often. This one, where does this one go? Darlington to Middlesbrough? No. Oh, Darlington to... Yeah, okay. So this one, I'll do this one with the M7. Because why not? Hello Diamond, excellent. M7, this one. Let's try it with 2, because that's not too long of a thing to do. And player service, yep, yes please. Start. Let's see what the M7 can do. And will it be? It won't be as impressive as that. Nothing else can beat the 145, the 146, I think it is. That we just used the red thing, but it can haul passenger cars, but I'm not sure whether hauling passenger cars would slow it down a lot. Maybe. It'd be a shame if it did. Alright. So I already feel lost in this. Oh, I see. So first we should be in forward. Brakes need charging, don't they? Or do they? You know, I'll never know. Can I actually go forwards now? No. Very strange as to why. Yeah, oh good, this is going to be brilliant, because I've already forgotten how to... Why doesn't it want to go anywhere? This is very annoying. Oh dear. This is a tragedy. But, this is quite worrisome. What does that one do? I don't know why that one... Ah dear. Yeah, I am charging the brakes. Does it need to be neutral? No. Not max power, max brake. Max brake. Oh, now it lets me... Oh, okay. Now can I actually go forwards? I can. We're moving. So where are the lights for in here? Oh, they're there. Alright, stopping at Dinsdale in 2 point something miles. And there's not really any turns before we get there, so I'd say we can go flat out, pretty much. Why not? Have a bit of fun. Though I don't know if the tail lights are supposed to be on as well. Maybe they are on all the time. This is fun. It's just a matter of stopping. That's the problem, because it doesn't seem to have too great of a braking thing. Still easier to get your hands on than the 101 or something like that. We serve with pride. Long Island Railroad. It's a very nice detail, has to be said. (101), 102. I don't know what the max mile per hour thing it said in the on the wiki, but I don't think it said 104. Maybe it is 104. Well, seems like it. Doesn't seem to want to accelerate anymore. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. No. Well, I've just gone straight past it. And that's max braking. Not the greatest. Oh dear. Okay, going back. Oh, and there's another. Oh, there's a red signal. Oh, that's annoying. It's annoying. I missed it. I guess speed isn't the answer. Well, at least I'm prepared for the future now and understand that the brakes are absolutely horrible. That seems to be a running theme with American trains. Either they're so complicated that I can't understand them, they have a stupid bell on them, or they're like that and have brakes, Swiss cheese for brakes, which doesn't really help, I'll be honest. But now I'll play through I'll do Tees Valley again, but this time I'll use something else. Middlesbrough to Darlington. Not really. Darlington to Middlesbrough. Well, honestly, I'll just make a new one. Should probably go from Saltburn, yeah, to Darlington to Grangetown, I guess. Because I want to do the 166. Where is the 166? Not here. Oh well. Doesn't really matter. Fix it by doing that. 166. Empty. Nice. And now I can do this one. In the 166, which is a new train. For those of you who have seen it, it's been out for years. But it's a new train to you guys. I didn't have it before. Also, I do apologise if the chat is broken and you're actually typing stuff in and it's not working, because I don't know what's wrong with it. Right, here's the 166. With that nice horn. And they did actually fix the sound on this. So that's been one of the problems that people have been complaining about. Forward. And I can... Did I not set it as a passenger service? You know, maybe I set this up wrong. I probably did. I probably did. I apologise for that. It should ask me to unlock the doors and then let people onto the train. Why? Yeah, it's a passenger service, that's strange. I'll set it back up again. Why not? Right. Something tells me I might have to go to the doctors with how I'm feeling, because I don't think that this is normal. And put AWS on. Vigilance DSD isolated now. Normal. Oh. Is that what it's set to? Well, I never know. It's weird. I see. Close the doors properly. I'll see if I can even get an appointment though. Some diesel power there. Diesel hydraulics. What a nice racket it makes. When they had this, when they had the sound issues before, because that's something the community around this game complains about quite a lot, is the sound. And when they had those issues before, you couldn't really hear the train at all, because it just wouldn't make much noise. But now though, plenty of noise. As it should, apparently. I'm no expert, but if the community says it's right, then I'm gonna keep saying that it is right. It is a proper diesel train. Very nice. Because all I've been hearing for commuter trains recently is it's electric, and that's it. Just a little whine of a motor. This thing actually does have headlights are not on, that's not good. I need to find very quickly where they are. Oh yeah, they're right there. Markers, day. Day, yep, day. Nice. So all's well, because this whole time I've been using the 377 and now I've got a different train to use other than that, which does pretty much the same job, except this one makes noise whilst it's doing it, and there is a dimmer for the speedometer, but I'm not sure where it is that it? Ah, gauge thing, right, gauge dimmer. Gauge. Oh, that's to turn that on, right. Very nice. What does that do? Turn it off, right. Unfortunately, you can't open the windows. I do think you should be able to though, somehow. Is it when it's stopped, maybe? Oh dear. Brake. Brake. Please don't go past the signal. I'm begging you not to go past the signal. I'm just not paying attention today, am I? Please don't go past. Right, you didn't, that's great. Reverse. Damn it. If I paid attention to how far away we were, maybe that wouldn't have happened. That should be alright. Can I actually open the window? No. That's strange. I feel like you should be able to do that. Well, it does have climate control, so I guess maybe they didn't trust you not to jump out of this thing, even though you can't really do that in the game. Little seat. The second man to sit in. Windscreen wipers. Got everything you need. Oh, going backwards that way. I'll take it up to 32. So down to 30. Make sure I can actually stop this time. So I'll try and go to the doctors about it, whatever it is. No idea what it could possibly be. I'll eventually get used to driving this. I'll say I'm waiting, I can go along the train and see all there is to see. Don't think we even have a first class on here, do we? There's a toilet. Can't actually do anything with that. In case you want to go on one of these in real life, then it does have a toilet on it. Maybe it has another. What's that? And another. Okay, that's two. Two toilets. And then there's the other cab at the other end. So it has two toilets. Very good. And are you two the only passengers on this? Looks like it. Seems to be. Are you? No, there wasn't. Open the door. Oh, you're a passenger as well. 3 people on board, is that it? Fine. Right. Next stop is Redcar East, which, according to the name, should be east of Redcar, which is it's along the Tees Valley, right, for which the route is named after. Around the sort of North Yorkshire area, though, which is odd because I thought it was near to Newcastle and everyone there had a Geordie accent, but nope, seems not. Don't know everything about geography. do think it'll probably be easy to... Well, I was considering one night running without the whole speed limit and the next signal on the HUD, on the heads-up display, but I don't think I know any routes well enough to do that. Would be nice to at some point though, be able to just go along a track and not have the game spell things out for me, because you can read that. Your speedometer, that's really all you need to pay attention to. Just the speedometer and and also the PS4 chat decided to repeat itself. That's nice. So the speedometer and just the signs along the track. Just gotta watch out for. Oh, it's done it again. Wow. Yeah, you keep repeating yourself, chat on the PS4. Next time I'm gonna turn you the hell off if you're gonna keep behaving this way. To be honest, it's only done it in this stream and I can't understand why. There's no real reason for it to. Can I stop in time? That wasn't bad. Wasn't bad at all. Well done to me. Wasn't too bad. I think this train and the other one that's in Great Western Express are quite easy to learn. Although don't underestimate either of them, because it's still a train and you should probably be on your guard at all times. I will drive the other train DLC though, the Class 43 high-speed train. The fastest diesel train in the world. I say that, but it may struggle to impress some people. The reason it may struggle to impress is because it doesn't seem to accelerate that quickly. It's actually quite sluggish to get up to speed. Sure, it can reach 125 miles an hour. That's as fast as you're technically allowed to go according to the game itself on Great Western Express, the actual route. Yes, it can go 125 miles an hour. Yes, it can go up to 145, I think, if you don't have a limiter on it. That's quite fast, but at the same time it takes a long time to reach that speed, because it is only a diesel engine and it doesn't seem to have a lot of power behind it. I think this thing accelerates faster than that. But it does hold the world record for the biggest, the fastest high-speed, the fastest diesel train in the world, because nothing else can beat it. Though electric trains can go so much faster than it, so the point is kind of mute. It is iconic in its own way. It's the fastest diesel. That's an important distinction. Not the fastest train in the world. The fastest train in the world can go a lot quicker than that. I would guess around the sort of 400 miles an hour mark. Maybe less. And to qualify as the fastest train in the world, I think it has to be something that's actually being used in real life, not something that's just made up as a prototype for a one-off to get the record. I think those are the rules. As far as trying to break the record, I mean, you can try and break the record for the fastest diesel train in the world if you were a designer and you want to make one that goes faster than the Class 43, then by all means go ahead. But the point is kind of moot, because electric trains can beat the pants off of it. It's very sluggish to get going, and diesel fuel is not environmentally friendly, shall we say. It's much more environmentally friendly than petrol or gasoline, because diesel engines are a lot more efficient than petrol engines, which is why the diesel cars and such will cost more, because over time you are saving more money than you would with a petrol engine. I think diesel fuel is actually cheaper, slightly, to buy, but petrol will give you the best performance. Basically, all this to say, fast trains, electric is where you're gonna go. And it pains me to say that because I love diesel engines. I love the noise that it makes. It's very... I hate using the word satisfying, because it feels like it's overused, but that's how it feels to me, just to hear an actual noise from a train. Oh well. And then when Southeastern High Speed comes out, which unfortunately only has electric trains in it, which won't make much of a noise. At least, won't make a noise like this. But still, I think Southeastern High Speed should be a nice DLC overall. This one is probably the oldest DLC that's available for this game. It came packaged with Train Sim World 2020, which is what they rebranded it as. And they basically give you different DLCs than the ones you would have got originally with the original game. So, if you buy this, you actually get a better deal, to be honest, considering that Train Sim World 2020 as just as a purchase costs £25, but one of the preserved DLCs will cost you £25 on its own, and you actually get 4 DLCs. And from that you can get the preserved versions if you have the sequel. Then yeah, it's a great deal. You may not like all of the DLCs that are included with it. They did try and give you a wide range. I think that overall that's a much better idea than paying £25 a pop for... Why have I put the emergency brake on? That's probably not very smart of me, because now it won't stop stopping. Alright, fine, it won't. Sorry passengers, sorry. Made another mistake. Very loud. At least it seems very loud with the doors opening. I mean, I'm this far away with the camera, I shouldn't really be able to hear it. Right, now I need to reset the... Yeah. This is worrying me now. So... It's not the emergency brake on. Engage, disable. Oh dear. That's not good. Engine stop. Oh, it might be because I had the doors open. Yeah, it probably was that. Ah, still able to start it back up again. Will you go now? Yes, you will. Excellent. I wouldn't want to drive the high-speed train down this route because it's a relatively low speed limit. I mean, it goes all the way up to 60, but did have hopes of showing it off at full speed. Because with how slowly it accelerates, I don't think anyone believes me that it can do 125, because it doesn't feel like it can. Doesn't feel like it's got the power. This thing can go up about 100, I think. Or 90. But whether it can do more than 90, because actually the top speed of something we were driving earlier had a much lower top speed than it could actually do. So, just wondering about that. Is it true that it can only go 90 miles an hour, or can it actually go quicker? Is a good question. Though it doesn't seem to have a lot of get up and go when it comes to hills. I have to think about slowing down now. It's 1, 2 or full service. Take your pick and don't go into the... That's probably the most annoying part with the combined throttle, is that you can go too far into the emergency section, in which case the whole thing will come to a stop. Regardless of whatever button you want to press. There probably is a button to override it somewhere, but I can't really... I don't know where it is. Cab lights, we've got those though. Not as if we needed them this whole time, but we've got them. And the line isn't very populated because I just basically set this one up from scratch. Has the AWS been working fine? Is this our final stop? Yeah, it might be. So I can't understand why there's not a red signal in front of us instead. Is that really what we're meant to be doing? Well, apparently. Maybe. Oh well. That horn though, that is questionable. Would it really sound like that? I don't... That sounds appropriate. But this... Well, I've never actually been on one of these trains. I've never seen one because they only operate in London, but... I suppose if people say it's right, then it must be right. I still have a hard time believing it because it seems very strangely pitched. Oh well. Could be worse. It could be like the one on the 37, which isn't 35, 37 I think. Could be like the one on 37 which deafens you. Or the one on the 31 that's so high pitched it probably makes glass shatter around for 15 miles. But overall, I'm not too worried. Nice to have a high speed one in the, well, Great Western Express is fairly high speed if you pick the right line. Guess I'll use it in East Coast Way. One of our favourites, I guess. I have to remember which one we should actually be using. Don't remember which one is supposed to be for what. That's worrying. So I guess I'll make... I can always do this one. Just change it to the high speed train. Go with 4 carriages that are loaded, because why not? And begin. I do hope you like this one. There we are. This thing. Which has got, I think, 4 coaches in between us, and then there's the end unit right there. In case we wanted to go that way, but we don't need to. It's got the tail lights already on, that's great. And an actual echo as well. So I'll very quickly set it up. Probably turn it off, which it's now doing. Brakes should be on, well, about the 2 or 3 mark. Headlights should be on this time day. Windscreen de-icer. Why we would need that, I do not know. Wipers are there. Wiper speed. And AWS should be over here. DSD. There we go. Engine start. Nope. Ready enough. Spooling up now. Excellent. I want it in forwards. Let's get it moving. does take quite a lot of power to get going. And I do start to wonder why. Feels like it should be... I just... Should it really be this sluggish? You know, maybe it is. Nice-ish sort of view. I'm no photographer or cameraman or anything like that. It only really starts to shift around these other throttle levels. And it doesn't seem very powerful, but I believe that it is quite powerful. It's just... well, the door's locked obviously, so I can't jump from the thing when it's going that quickly, but... can't go in there, but there is some modelling in there. That's where the engines will be. And then all the rest are just the other carriages which we're dragging along with us. They've got some people in. They want to go to Cologne. Because I think we'll be able to reach more than max speed on this, then we'll just give it a try. We're not really very limited on this route here. Though if you see what I mean with how sluggish it seems. But I don't know if it's actually supposed to be this slow. I'm gonna check the other cab just to make sure, because it might have some brakes on over there that I just haven't noticed. So this is full braking on it. Right. That's the other cab, which is all the way down here at the other end. Doesn't seem to make any sense why it... maybe it just is that slow. Can I move these? I can move them. Whether they'll actually do anything, I don't know. It's only because it said it had some numbers on the rear, at least it seemed that way. Close the door first. I'm sure this must look strange to everyone on board. That's annoying. So also you'll roll if I don't put the brakes on you, will you? That makes sense. But you lock it as soon as you're moving, however fast this is. Can I actually get up? No, I cannot. Oh no. I've just realised I can't get in that one either. Can I? No. That's annoying. That hasn't gone well. That has not gone well. Great. So they've programmed it to lock all the doors if it's moving. But it neglected to understand that I wasn't in it at the time. Right, okay. I guess that makes sense. So you can't jump out of it when it's moving? Or you shouldn't be able to board a train when it is moving otherwise, because then you might mess up something the AI is trying to do. But that is annoying that it just rolled, because I took the brakes off of it. Well, I guess at the end of the day it's not that bad. I will be right back though. Right, I've returned, and I haven't actually driven down Main Spessart Barn, so maybe I should. Though I don't know what it's going to be like. It might be quite... I mean, it only goes that far, so where is the... Does this one go there? It's one of them that should go all the way to the other end, but... Oh. No, that goes the other way. A bit stupid. Does this one go to? No, it does not. Number 5. Ah, that one goes all the way, fine. Well, we'll do that one. Don't know how long this is going to take, but because I'm rushing, I'll take 2 coaches from that. And I'll drive all the way down. Sounds like a good idea to me. Just to see what the route is actually like, and then if it's decent, I'll use it in future videos. If it's not that decent, maybe I'll use it in a stream or 2, but I don't know. By decent, I mean will it let me go fast enough to really have a good time, because I don't like driving around everywhere at 10 miles an hour. Hoping we can get some decent speeds on this one. Right, let's find out. So this is what we've got. Sounds fine to me. And I believe that these can go on their own, yeah. You can drive these on their own. Though I'm not sure how to drive them, and I don't really feel like going in and finding out that it's complicated, so rather than embarrass myself, I'm going to stick to this thing, which I do know how to drive. Some forwards. Left doors unlocked. Does that actually unlock the doors? Yes, it does. And a nice little tune plays. We are in forward. We shouldn't have any brakes. .25 mile an hour limit. On its own, this thing can really fly, but with something attached on the back of it, not really. It's a decent bit of speed though. Headlights. Headlights are on bright. Well, this is a decent turn of speed. We have got quite a ways to go, and all the way up there. It's gonna keep making that noise the whole way, isn't it? Alright. AFB, I don't want to touch that because I don't know what it does. I know that it's some sort of safety system. It's all to do with speed, I think. Lots of shaking and rolling around. Do we get a window? Yes, we do. Well, we are driving through Germany, so here's the scenery. Pretty nice. Not bad at all. And the route doesn't seem that bad either. Of course, there's not a lot of chat activity going on in the stream, and there hasn't been for some time, but that's okay. Very steep hill. 1.9%, that's quite steep. No, it doesn't look that steep, but... at ground level, can we really tell? Not really. How many miles is that? 16, maybe? Looks like it. I should have taken the HST here, shouldn't I? Oh well. Easy to see stuff inside here. Now we get into the really wibbly wobbly part. Don't know how else to describe it. The pop-in, I imagine the pop-in would be less of a problem on PC, honestly. It's not bad, I mean I'm not really disappointed, but I do wish that these shadows would kind of, I don't know, pop in further up there maybe, rather than, well, right next to the train. Just sort of take you out of it a little bit. It is quite noticeable with these trees. I also do apologise for not talking as much. Because I've forgotten what I wanted to even say in this stream. Other than the fact that I've got more DLCs now. I guess what this does is it gives me a lot more choice as far as videos are concerned, so I can do more than I was able to before. That means a greater range of things that I can upload on the side. There is nobody on this train though. It's quite nice because you've got a top deck area, and I think you can go up there. I also have no idea on how to pronounce where we're actually going. Gemunden? Maybe? Something like that. It's all the way over here. And we started all the way over here, so we have covered quite a little bit of distance there. I wonder if it's the train moving or we're moving. It seems like the seat is also moving with it, so train is wobbling quite a bit. I am worried about this corner, because that one seems very sharp, and also that one. Well, this isn't a bad route. This isn't that bad at all. I was expecting it to be very, don't mean to be stereotypical, but very German, very safe, very, don't go over this speed kind of sort of deal. Honestly, quite surprised. I mean, it's basically the trees the whole way through. I don't think there's any towns or cities or anything like that. It's just one big valley with loads of trees, which, okay, is impressive when you consider how many trees they must have put onto here, but because they would have had to do every single one by hand. I mean, it may not be completely true to life, but there's some dedication there. And I'm going very fast for this corner. Oh, it's on emergency mode. Oh dear. But I managed to recover it, that's nice. Well, what I enjoyed about all of this is... what I enjoy about this train is the fact that it's got really responsive controls. And it's also very, very quick. So yeah, you can go really fast in it, but you can also stop really quickly as well if you need to. Okay, it will be instant stopping, but considering that there are many trains other than this that we've driven today which haven't done brilliantly in terms of braking, this one kind of blows them all out of the water, really. Though with every train there is a lot of nuance, a lot of things you have to keep in mind. Like, it's a train and it will go quite quickly. You do need to keep control at all times. You can't just let this thing run on its own, because otherwise you might start breaking the speed limit and then derailing. Which isn't great to happen, considering that derailing fails the whole thing, but I suppose, given everything, could be a lot worse. .93, really? 93? Alright, if you want me to go 93 miles an hour, I'll be fine with that. Don't think going any more than this is a good idea. Any more than 100, probably not a good idea. I don't know what it would take to derail this train. It seems to be very good at banking in turns. So I probably do need to slow down a bit more. We are almost at Gmunden, whatever it's called. Whatever it wants to be called this week, we're near to that. But where are the, oh, there are the wipers. Alright. Not as if I'll ever need them, because they didn't put weather effects in the scenario planning mode, so that kind of sucks. Don't know whether they ever will. Probably not. I'm still quite disappointed by that though, the fact that there's no weather effects in this mode. It feels like there really should be, just to break up the fact that every day is going to be a summer's day, there's not going to be any rain, no snow, no thunderstorm, no nothing, which they have programmed in to be weather features. It's just that they haven't made a menu where you can select them. Although it's probably a lot more complicated than I'm making it out to be, probably, considering, well, if it was that easy they would have done it already. There must be something that's kind of keeping them back from doing that. 68 you want this one, okay. So it's basically this corner and then we're there, really. I'm starting to feel a little bit crap. And I don't know why. So maybe it is a good idea that I go to the doctors with this. Whatever it might be. Still gonna wear a mask and everything because it might be COVID. I mean, I've not got a high temperature, I've not started coughing, but they do say that people feel different symptoms and this could technically be a symptom, so I'm gonna wear my mask as I would do anyway. I'm not that stupid. Even if I know that I don't have it, I'm still gonna wear a mask because, well, one, it puts other people at ease. That, you know, they don't know that I haven't got it, so it puts them at ease. Also lets me into places, because some places will just say, no, you're not wearing a mask, you can't come in. And, I mean, with how they're handling it, I don't think they've handled it very well in the UK. I don't think they've handled it well anywhere except maybe Australia and New Zealand, which have kind of had the same policy, which is just shut everything down and make sure that it doesn't enter, and if it does, deal with the cases as quickly as possible, rather than like us, which is kind of stay open and then let it germinate everywhere, and then everyone's catching it every 2 seconds. Before you know it, you're in an out of control situation. Because we were doing very well. We were actually doing quite well. So after the first lockdown we lifted it, and then obviously the cases went back up, of course they did, but then they steadily started getting lower and lower, day by day, but it wasn't low enough, so they decided, hey, we're going to have another lockdown. Okay. But then they open it before Christmas because they think everyone's going to go bankrupt. As in, all the businesses are going to go bankrupt if they don't open for Christmas, when it's very clearly no one hardly, to be honest with you, modern businesses should kind of catch up to this idea that nobody's actually really wanting to go to a store. They want to order online, and that's what people have been doing in this, so they're still making money, they're still ordering online. I don't understand how. Yeah, okay, they're going to have to close some actual stores because they can't afford to pay the rent, because the rent is quite expensive. Wow, that is a steep drop in speed. But we made it. So I'm thinking, they're not going to go out of business because people are still ordering stuff online. Yes, they might have to close stores temporarily, and but according to business experts, that was going to happen anyway, because nobody really wants to go outside to go shopping anymore, because all they really have to do is sit at home on their asses and just press a button on the computer or laptop or phone or whatever and get something delivered to their home. It's really only the older generation and people who, you know, like to go into the stores to see what they're actually getting in their hands. That's the only reason that people are even going out to... Oh, there we go. So we did 32 miles, right? 32 miles. 27 minutes. You know what, that's not too bad. Honestly. I'm happy with that. I was speeding for most of it, but that kind of doesn't matter because I didn't go off the rails, so... At least now I know that that route is pretty decent in terms of speed, but not in terms of scenery. Alright, well, that was that route. I suppose I can do something a bit more relaxed next. Or whatever you guys want me to do. Because I haven't quite finished with the whole, I suppose I can do East Coast Way. Don't see why not, I mean... Okay, I've done it plenty of times before, but... It's not so bad, I don't think. Now I can't remember which one actually does what. This one goes from New Haven Harbour to where? New Haven Harbour to, I think, London Road, okay. Might be nice. I expect so. See how that goes. But yeah, I don't understand why they lifted the lockdown and it made it a million times worse. That is why we are in a lockdown right now, is because they lifted it before Christmas. Because they're incredibly stupid and they have no idea what the hell they're doing. Because the moment you let people out for something like Christmas, everyone's going to be running around everywhere and spreading it around. You should have just kept it closed, because we almost had, I think, under 100 cases every day. Or maybe... I don't know, I haven't looked at the graph, but the graph kind of shows everything. It really does illustrate exactly what you should and shouldn't do in a pandemic. If any other countries are watching and learning, this is not how to do it. Don't do what the UK does, because what we did is quite stupid, in all honesty. Blue, white and neutral gear. Brakes are just fine. We have AWS. And just right now we're just waiting to go. I have opened the doors on this, so we can go when we want. And they're closed. Fantastic. Why don't you want to go anywhere? Oh, because I haven't released the brakes. Oh. Got to remember that. Because the brakes are actually on a separate handle than the throttle. There we go. And we're away. DSD is unisolated, that's good. So basically, not happy with how they handle things, and not happy that we're still having to go through it. I mean, okay, I didn't really go out before then, but now it's kind of an issue where you shouldn't go out. You shouldn't really go outside. So now everyone's become a recluse, basically. Even those who go out every day, or used to, everyone who's outgoing and extroverted, or whatever you want to call it these days, everyone like that is sitting inside twiddling their thumbs, wondering when they can go out again, and everyone who's a recluse, like me, and quite a lot of people in the fandom actually, are perfectly, well, not perfectly fine indoors, I tell a lie, but pretty, I mean, we're used to this. Used to the kind of, yeah, I'll stay in. Not really much issue. But it still creates fear even in people who are quite reclusive because, well, you shouldn't go out. You shouldn't go outside. So now even if you wanted to, you kinda can't. And if some places aren't open or running properly because of the whole thing, then unfortunately you've got really limited options for what you can and can't do, which I understand why they've done it like that, but they've sort of not thought about, okay, this could work in the short term, but in the long term this just doesn't work at all. But we're not really going to go into economic meltdown because there's still money being moved around even though no one's really going anywhere. There's plenty of money that gets moved around even though no one's going anywhere. I mean, yeah, it might be harder to pay the rent for somewhere if you're a big business like, I know as a British example, WH Smith, I guess. Or what was the other one? Another fashion brand. There was a fashion brand somewhere that they mentioned that was having trouble. Somewhere like, don't know many actually, come to think of it. I don't know, I guess Harrods in London, somewhere like that. Now I don't think Harrods sells essential items, so I'm guessing they're not open. Guessing anyway, they could very well be. But I think they'd struggle because London is very expensive for rent. If you're a business, they'll actually charge you a lot more because it's so competitive to have a place in London. And I get that they're struggling, but at the same time, couldn't they have struggled for another month? Then maybe the cases would be so low that it wouldn't accelerate in such a manner. Just a thought, you know, we could have held on for another month. So what if it's Christmas? Who cares? Who cares if it's Christmas? Because people have been going out in the lockdown before anyway. People have always been breaking the rules. And it seemed to have worked, even though people were breaking the rules. It seemed to have been fine anyway, but now you've just let every man and his dog outside, then you're in square one again. It's a bit harder to get out of square one now. I'm kind of sick of hearing on the news about what sorry state everything is in, considering all of that. There's a lot of braking power in this thing, and it does take a while to come off. You know, it's not that bad, I'll work through it. Speed up to 40. And leave it there till we pass Lewes, which we will over here, then we'll have to slow down quite a bit. Then on to London Road, which is down there. Not that far though. I know, I just find this whole thing unnecessary. As in, we shouldn't really have been in this position, we should have been in a much better position by this time. And as for vaccines, I mean, yeah, there have been 2 more that have been approved to be used in the UK, but AstraZeneca, which is another pharmaceutical company which is being run by a bunch of hoity-toity toffs in Oxford and actual smart people in Sweden, because, no offence, university students really aren't that smart, given being completely honest, because they are students, they are still learning. You ought to ask a proper pharmaceutical company like, I don't know, GlaxoSmithKline, who have been doing it for years. But I digress. Apparently AstraZeneca has a problem with one of their vaccines, and there have been some deaths relating to it because people have had bad reactions. So I think that's been disapproved for use in the UK now. So yeah, we've gained 2 more vaccines, but we've actually lost one, so now there's only 3. Pfizer, another one which I can't remember the name of, and another one I can't remember the name of. So I guess maybe in that position vaccines might get rolled out quicker than they would do before. I'm speeding, or I'm going to be speeding in a second. Yes, I am. Tremendous braking force though. Work past the brakes. Excellent work, Class 43. You're earning your keep. But yeah, that's the whole state of affairs currently. It does make me upset, but then it also, I mean, 3 vaccines that are all different, and I guess things aren't as bad as they could be, but still. I won't be given the vaccine until, I don't know, April. Maybe after that. So that sucks. Because if I was given it, I could go out and work and actually earn a decent amount of money. So that if something did go horribly wrong with somebody else in the family, then I would have some money to kind of help pay for that. Not the healthcare part, they'll do that for free. Unless they want to go private, in which case then I'll have to kind of pay to help out with that. Or if, I don't know, someone loses their house. Or I just do not know. At the moment I'm not earning very much money at all. I don't think a lot of other people are either, because they're just not working. Why are we not working? Because we're still in the same fucking position we were in March of last year. Well done, United Kingdom, you're so fucking shite. I don't blame one person for this. I'm kind of blaming a lot of people for this. I'm blaming the public for not listening and not taking it seriously. I'm blaming the government for not cracking down on it. I'm blaming law enforcement for not telling people to get the fuck back indoors. I'm blaming a lot of people for this. If this was just the government's fault, then that would be actually quite a relief, because then I know exactly who to blame. However, because it's a faceless situation, then I just don't know who to blame any of this on. I mean, I could be sitting here with coronavirus right now. I don't know it yet. Chances that I'll probably end up getting hospitalised with it, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Because I'm young, but some young people have still been hospitalised and they've even died from it. You know, it just depends on how your body reacts to something that it doesn't like. But even in this time, even in the time of the pandemic, the UK is still having the problem of fucking Brexit. Because yes, we have left the European Union, which is a stupid idea. And I know I'm rambling on about it, which is a really stupid idea to leave the European Union, and everyone in my age group thinks so, because we've actually got our heads screwed on correctly, and we don't hate Johnny foreigners. We don't hate people from foreign countries, we don't give a shit about immigration, because it just doesn't matter to us. It's not our problem. The housing crisis will still be there, even if we didn't have immigration. There'll still be no jobs, even if we didn't have the problem of immigration. The pandemic would still be a problem. Everything would be a problem, because in reality, when people come to the United Kingdom, they don't just sit on their asses and do no work, they actually do work. And they're not stealing anybody's jobs, because to be fair, most of them don't have a very good grasp of English, and that's kind of what you need for a job. So actually, the people who are living in the UK are much more likely to get a job than those who have come from overseas. And the ones that are coming from overseas usually get a high-ranking job, like, I don't know, a doctor. Which we need, because every young student doctor in England thinks that they're being underpaid. So they'll be leaving, so they won't be studying anymore, and they won't be learning to become a doctor. Because they think they're not being paid enough. So we actually need more doctors, especially after this pandemic, because all of them will need some leave because they've all got depression or PTSD or something. Anything, it could be anything. Because after this experience, they are saying a lot of doctors and people who work in the healthcare industry will have mental health issues that they didn't have before. Things like PTSD and depression, anxiety, a mix of the three. It could be anything. Suicidal thoughts. You know. Because the pandemic has put so much strain on them that they just can't deal with it. I mean, they are human beings. Doctors put up with a lot anyway. So this is just a lot more than most of them can actually handle. So a lot of those doctors, when this is all over, when they're not absolutely needed, will be sent home to rest and have a long time off work. But who are they going to replace them with? That's the thing. And I think this is going to happen all around the world. Everywhere that had this kind of level of infection rate and this strain on the healthcare system, well, basically everywhere, every country in the world is going to have this problem. So we can't just say, oh, can we have some doctors from France, please? Because you seem to have a lot more than we do, and we need them to replace our doctors. Well, sorry, because we're having the same problem. So, yeah, I don't mean to put a big doom and gloom thing on it, because to be honest, I don't mean to... It's not like I'm saying it's the end of the world, because it clearly isn't. I'm pretty sure that there are plenty of people who are willing to, even though they've had a tough time during all this, stay on as a doctor. Pretty sure that people will just go back to work and will have the vaccine. They won't be infecting people, they won't catch it themselves. Sure, you can pass it on, but that's only if someone doesn't have the vaccine, and I think it's kind of their own fault if they don't get it. If they just outright refuse. Because some people are that crazy. They think that it's got like a microchip in it or something stupid like that, which... I don't know, what is the point of those people? Do they do anything? I just imagine they're like hippies and they live in caravans and they wear tinfoil hats and they just don't work or do anything. So, in other words, they're completely useless to the economy. And I won't feel particularly bad if I see someone who refuses to get a vaccine kicking and screaming, being dragged away by a police officer. I won't care. Okay, you really don't have any kind of excuse. I mean, the only excuse you would have is if injecting the vaccine into you would kill you. But that has got to be a tiny amount of cases, and those people will probably already have had an alternative method to lessen the effect. And all this to say, so it's not all doom and gloom, don't think that. But it is worth thinking about, it is worth considering, keeping in the back of your head. And if you're going to get the vaccine, then go get it. Because it's not like some of the conspiracy theorists want to say, because those people are just tapped in the head. There's something wrong with them. It's not that there's genuine evidence to say that something is dangerous in that way. It's just people being paranoid and people not wanting anything to do with it because they just want an excuse. And they'll be given special consideration, which I don't think they really deserve, because they are just mental in the head. That's the reason they're not getting the vaccine. It's not because they're scared of it, it's not because it will hurt them. You know, it's because they just don't care about it and they don't want to get it. That's the reason why. They themselves have a personal issue and will make up a story to explain to you and everyone else why they don't want it. For the people that are stupid enough to believe there's some sort of weird microchip in it, well, I don't see you contributing to society in any way, shape or form, so I don't care if you end up hospitalised with it. It's your own fault. What more is there to say? I'm kind of past the point of caring when it comes to things like this. Everyone should do their bit. 2 hours and 22 minutes. And a heck of a big rant about coronavirus and how it's being dealt with. So, yeah. And if you two have just fallen asleep whilst I've been rambling, I do apologise for putting you to sleep. And I may end the stream, well, right now, to be honest. It's quite late at night. And I imagine you two have much better things to do. So, I guess I'll see you all around. Oh, I'm good. Danke. I got carried away then, talking about that. I'm just condensing everything I've seen on the news for the past year. Awesome hearing you talk. Thank you for the stream. You're welcome. You and the other visitor, whoever they might be, is welcome. And I'll end the stream right now. Thanks for coming. Hopefully I can do this again on the 4th of February. See you all around.